Won't you take me for a ride? I will love the feeling of the wind in my hair while it's beating. On the highway down by the sea, we go on and on and on.
Good evening, IFAM! It feels very weird to be getting ourselves ready at this time of night, don't you think? Just got myself dressed up for you all, so I hope you appreciate. I'm only joking, guys. It does feel weird getting themselves like makeup and everything. We've had a bit of a day off today, and I'm not gonna lie, when I have a day off, I don't bother doing anything really. Don't put my makeup on, don't even get dressed. Don't tell anyone that. I've slouched around in my snuggle hood all day today, and I was just saying to Chris, getting myself dressed and ready upstairs, that it feels like getting ready for a night out. Do you remember when we used to start our evening getting ourselves ready for a night out at like 10 PM? I'm so glad I'm old.
Long ago, man.
So we didn't go out like clubbing that often or to bars or anything because we had Isabel, but if we did ever have like some free time and we were invited out by friends or whatever, sometimes we'd go and we'd start getting ready for the night at like 10 PM. Oh my gosh, I don't know how we did that. I'm so glad we're old now. Older.
Well, speak for yourself, fool.
Knew you were going to say that. I know, the only thing I want to do at 10 PM is get a cup of tea and get into bed. Anyway, that being said, you can sit down.
Woo! We've got a corker coming up for you tonight. So, we asked out there and the Facebook world to send me the craziest assumptions you've ever seen about us. And there were some corkers. Literal.
Oh my gosh, it burst my eardrum.
Corkers.
So I asked on our Everything Ingham's group on Facebook, let me know, because recently, over the last few weeks, we don't look online like for hate, like I don't know anybody that would want to do that, but sometimes I do get fans or friends saying, oh my god, I just read this, can you believe it, blah blah blah, and they'll send me screenshots, and I'm like, don't go back on them sites, they're full of rubbish, blah 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 blah, but the screenshots have me howling.
Literally.
I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm like, what? And it makes me angry, but 9 times out of 10, I'm laughing because they're so ridiculous. It's untrue.
And the worst thing you can ever do is give negative people a negative airtime, but sometimes these fools are so far out of whack and so hilariously wrong that
they deserve
they deserve it, man.
They deserve this entertainment that you're going to get right now.
We laughed a lot last night when these came flooding in, a lot.
Some of them.
Okay.
Right, so we asked you guys on Everything Ingham's Facebook page, let us know some assumptions that either you think or that you've heard about us. 9 times out of 10, everyone replied with, this is what I've heard. I don't believe it, but this is what I've read somewhere, or I've seen this somewhere. We had almost 400 comments on the thread. So we've started right to the top, just took me ages to scroll through, and we're just gonna scroll down, not all 400, obviously, but as many as we can, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready?
Yep, ready.
Number 1, I don't know if I should read names. Might not want.
No, you don't need to read names because these are not from these people, so you don't need to read the names.
Okay, so the first one is, one I've heard, sorry, is that Chris is secretly still ginger, and he dyes his hair and eyebrows black, wait for it, to look normal. That's so unbelievably rude. You ginger, but you dye your hair black to look normal?
Hold on. This only deserves one reply. To look normal. Next. Moving on.
Look, not I can. Number 2, you guys don't let your girls go to school because they are the only reason your vlogs get views. So you would be nothing without them. I've heard that so many times on Instagram.
Next.
No, we've got to address some. Well, it's just, yeah, that's silly, isn't it? That's just rubbish. Well, our views are no different now to what they were 3 years ago. They're no different. We've always got, consistently for the last couple of years, between 60 and 100k views, generally. Sometimes they're a tiny bit less and sometimes they're a bit more, but generally between 60 and 100,000 views per vlog, and that's not been any different since the girls have been at home. So I'm not sure where that comes from, but also their average views for your audience, like we were always told you should be aiming for around 10% of what subscribers you've got for your views, and we've always been quite consistent with that. So no, that's definitely not the reason. And in fact, the girls barely even film during the day because they're doing their schoolwork. Okay, another one. I've heard that you, me, sit down all day long because you're lazy, and Chris does all the cleaning.
How do they know these things, man?
Oh my gosh.
What's happened to that thing? If we don't vlog it, it didn't happen.
There must be
you guys know the truth anyway. We're trying to hide it for all this time, and you know.
So that's kind of partly true. Chris does do the majority of the cleaning in our house.
I don't trust this fool. If I could throw over a duster, a hoover, nah. She touched the hoover the other day and nearly had a heart attack. I was like, oh my, are you ill?
Don't start talking about the hoover. Everyone else had a heart attack when they saw you with the hoover. Your hands and knees. Anyway, that is partly true. Chris does do the majority of the cleaning in our house, like dusting and hoovering. He actually does quite a lot of the washing as well. But that's not all that goes into running a family, a life, 2 businesses. None of that stuff revolve around cleaning. And I certainly, how much do I sit down, like doing nothing a day?
Never, man. Never, literally.
I literally never get a chance to sit down. I don't feel like I need to justify this because it's so stupid and everyone already knows. But yeah, you can't call me lazy. In fact, the amount of times that you people update on social media proves that you're just sat down way more than I ever could do. So it's absolutely a ridiculous statement to make. So yeah, that's another one that's not right. But you kind of are right. Chris does do the majority of the cleaning. But saying that, I do pretty much all of the cooking. I do most of playing with the girls and homeschooling. We probably split like
most of the sleeping,
office.
most of the Facebooking, Instagramming.
Shut up.
Yeah, next.
Right, let's move on.
I'm bored now.
Okay, we've heard this one before, but it's so ridiculous. Esme is adopted because she has ginger hair. So one minute you've got ginger hair and you hide it, and the next minute Esme is adopted because she's got ginger hair. I mean, that's just silly. That's just silly. Is Jace adopted as well because he's pure blonde, you know?
Is Isabel because she's brown-haired?
Well, no, because I've got brown hair, you idiot. Right, you won't allow Isabel to have a boyfriend. Nah, that's rubbish. If Isabel wants a boyfriend, she can have a boyfriend. We're not strict about things like that. I have one from me. I assume you are both so tired as you never seem to stop. I know we only see a snippet from your days, but you guys always seem so busy.
Yep. Okay, this one made me laugh. So that Chris is only doing up the caravan right now because soon he won't be allowed in the house at all. Never mind, just at bedtime. Man, these fools know everything, man.
That is. This has come up quite a few times, but there's an even funnier one. You and Chris secretly hate each other, and you're getting a divorce, and that's the reason you're selling. That's the reason you're not selling this house and you're buying another one, so that Chris can live here, and you and the girls and you and the children can live in the other house, and that's why you've done up the bedrooms so that they can have somewhere comfy to sleep on their weekend, Chris.
Sorry, man, but it's too funny. Too funny.
Totally not about investing and, you know, what people do. Anyway.
Oh yeah, right, okay. So the reason Chris wears a beanie all the time, is because he secretly has a ball patch on the top of his head.
So much.
I don't, but I'm also not going to prove it tonight because my hair's just a mess from working on the caravan all day. But
well, you're not proving it anyway. So what if people think you've got a ball patch?
Oh yeah, anyway,
hilarious.
I don't have a ball patch.
Oh no, wait. There was another one of a screenshot of Chris like this. It wasn't a good screenshot.
Some fool has. Oh, what was it? No, hold up. I haven't been on the vlogs recently because I've been going to have a hair transplant therapy done. What? Oh, okay, moving on.
And then, no, wait. And then they took a picture of a pen and they've drawn his hairline with the pen and said, everybody keep a lookout and see if his hairline changes.
You better be watching out, man. This is why I'm wearing a beanie all the time so they all can't tell.
He's going to come back in somewhere, his hairline's going to start here. Okay, you make Isabel look after the rest of your kids for you.
No, we don't. We pay £10 a day to do it.
Don't joke about stuff like that. They see it as fact. That's absolute rubbish. Like, when do you see Isabel cooking or cleaning?
Do it actually.
Give up. When do you see, I don't understand where that assumption comes from. You see me making their dinner every night. You see me sometimes when I film showing breakfast. We don't always film breakfast, but I don't understand where that comes from.
No, we've got to remember all these.
Isabel's barely even been on the vlog
all of these assumptions are from fools. Like, all of them are from fools. So that's why there's your answer. It's not like a normal assumption because it's not from someone normal.
Okay.
Chris doesn't wash his hair. Busted.
Chris is doing the caravan up because he's going to live in it.
Yep, that's true. Okay, this is more funny. So someone wrote that apparently we're making up, or whenever we've talked about getting hate and people stalking us and whatnot, that we're just making up basically. What was one of them? One of us that we were paying people to do it, so they looked like we had stalkers and people harassing us. We pay people to harass us. And then the other one was that apparently we make it all up, and this was written by a comment on someone's YouTube video.
Spreading hate.
Spreading hate about us.
This is the comment that someone wrote. I read that you make up all the hate you get and that you have stalkers. This was literally said on a YouTube video, spreading hate about you. Everything's so contradictory, it's so funny. I also read one that, I don't know if we're going to get to it because I can't go through all of them, but I'm going to have to say this one. I also read that I only show small business products on Instagram so that I can receive free gifts. And then next post was, they don't get free gifts really, they send them to themselves to make them look popular. Well, make up your mind. We either send them to ourselves or we get them to receive free gifts. It's like so contradictory.
The truth of the matter is that no matter whether Sarah showed things on a video from small businesses or not, she'd still receive them from small businesses. Small businesses send anybody with a big social media platform their products because they're going to hope that that influencer or whatever is going to show them on their social media.
And most don't. I'm just going to say most don't.
Yeah, most people don't. Or most will charge to do that.
Yeah.
Like most influencers will charge a company to feature something on a video.
And the amount of small businesses that reply back to me saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe you actually showed our product. We've sent this out to X amount of influencers and no one's even acknowledged it.
Yeah, they don't.
It's crazy. It's actually insane. And I know that from knowing some influencers that they wouldn't show a product that they've been gifted because it's something that they generally get paid for. I'm not about that with small businesses at all. I think if someone's been kind enough to send us something, then I'm kind enough to share. And you know, this whole small business thing is big enough for everybody. It's big enough. It's not like I've got a small business, so I'm not going to share anybody else's. I don't think it should be like that at all. There's big enough and room out there for all of us. And so I think sharing someone's amazing work is only a good thing.
We all need to help each other out, and we don't all need to get paid to do that. You know what I mean? We can help each other out and be kind to other people and help other people out, and that's what Sarah does. You know, and I think it's great. So.
Yeah. But I really just send them to myself.
Obviously.
So this one shocked me when I read it last night just because I don't understand where it came from. It's clearly just been wrote up as a blatant lie. It happens so easily online as well. Somebody will say or post something like, well, I think Sarah's probably got a blue toe. And then somebody else will say, oh, I read somewhere Sarah's got a blue toe. And then they'll post, oh my gosh, did you hear Sarah had a blue toe? And all of a sudden it's spread everywhere that I've got a blue toe. Now I don't have a blue toe, but that's just an example. Somebody will say something she's probably got this. And then it's posted everywhere else as an absolute fact. This one...
It's not even that. It's not even that. People literally just make up truths about us to suit their own narrative about who we are. This is the funniest ever I've ever read.
No, this is not the funniest. We're going to get to the
This is one of the funniest.
I read that you made Katrina pay you back for the car. Still giggling. Oh yeah, that's basically it. So, I don't know if you guys know, we were on holiday somewhere. Where were we on holiday? I'm sure we're on holiday. And we came home and my sister's car had broke and she weren't in a position to get it fixed. And so me and Chris thought, let's go buy her a new car and surprise her with it. So me and Chris went and bought her a 7-seater. She needs a 7-seater for her children. And we took it to her house and we surprised her. It was amazing. It's so much fun. And she loves that car. She still loves it. It was a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
It's quite a few years ago. And that was it. And now it's been posted places that I made Katrina pay me back for the car. Like, why would I do that? It's absolute rubbish. I can't believe that's actually going round. Like, who makes stuff up like that? Why as well? Why make stuff up like that? Katrina's probably watching this as well, so I'm not going to lie, am I? Oh, she'll be on the phone. Just pretend I didn't make you pay back for that car. Chris lives in a tent. Why would he got a caravan?
No, I only live in a tent in the summer. No.
I assume you guys are going to be travelling straight after the restrictions are lifted.
Oh yeah, we are!
Yeah. Yeah, we will be as soon as it's safe to do so and restrictions are lifted.
Yeah.
We'll be getting out of here.
We gone, man.
We've spent long enough, the same as everybody else, stuck in our homes or been restricted to not being able to go places or stay out anywhere, and you guys know that that's what we love to do. So as soon as we're able to do that, we will be doing that.
Why would we not? Why would we limit our lives when we're allowed to? Or when we're allowed to, why would we limit our lives, basically? We wouldn't?
All your holidays get paid for.
No, they don't.
We don't. we have had.
Some do. That's what happens when you have a big audience. When you're an influencer, people pay you to go places and do things for them because they get promotion from what you do when you're at that place. So yeah, definitely some have, but not all of them.
Some everything that we've given like as a freebie basically, we've actually loved so much that we've spent a huge amount of money going back over and over again because we've loved the place so much. And I also know that it does work marketing wise because so many of you guys have said we've booked that place after seeing it on your vlogs.
Yeah. For example, when we stayed at the Lag Hotel in 2017 in Mallorca, people still today message us about how they're going to that hotel and it looks amazing on our videos, so they're going to go check it out. So that wasn't a freebie, that particular holiday, but you know, our videos have marketed it well over time, so it works really well. And when you've got a big social media following, that's what companies do. They want you to go out to places and do your thing there because they know that they're going to get kind of sort of free publicity from it. But it's not free because they paid for your trip there, but do you know what I mean? It's kind of, it works both ways.
Yeah. You receive gifts from small businesses, but you never gift back, which I'm sure is a lie. You guys will never ever know what we give for charity or the homeless or food banks because we don't film it. Because when we do film it, we get absolutely slaughtered that we're only doing it for the vlog. So we stopped filming and we stopped showing what we do for charity. So yeah, that is definitely a lie, but you probably don't know about that because we can't win either way. If we don't film it, that means we don't do it and we get ripped for it. But if we do it and we film it to show what we're doing, we're only doing it for the vlog, so we get ripped for it. So
but it's not just about that either. Even when we receive things from a company, for instance, right, we are giving back by featuring them on this video because that then turns into sales for their business.
Yeah, exactly.
Sarah is gifting back to them by giving them a feature on this video because it then turns into business for them and sales, So
yeah,
it's the same thing basically. That's how it works. This was a good one. So apparently we don't have any followers or fans or anything at all. It's just us on bare multiple accounts every night.
Can you imagine having time to have fake accounts?
Oh man.
It's just so ridiculous. It's just the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life. It's along the lines of how we buy views. Now, we've been buying views, according to you guys, for the last 4 years. So we're either mega rich to buy views every single day for our vlog, or you guys are just not using your brains when you say things like that.
You can't get away with stuff like that at all. You've never been able to get away with stuff like that. YouTube knows. When you buy views on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, they know. Apparently we have to buy new plates all the time because I constantly smash them in anger. Also, our kids are feral and smash the house up and don't follow any rules. Man, you guys know all the stuff.
But at the same time, you guys also say that we force the girls to vlog and they don't want to do it. So are they feral or are they...
Or are they controlled?
Or are they controlled? You make up your mind. They can't be both.
Yeah.
Get back! It's so annoying. It's just the most ridiculous thing. And the smashing plates thing. I know where that came from and it's so frustrating. Things like this really frustrate me. It's when you dropped that cup on your MacBook and the coffee went up the wall. I swear I saw somebody say, oh my gosh, he smashed it in anger or he hit it in frustration. And now suddenly, but they say that. And now suddenly because of that, Chris has some sort of anger problems and smashes cups and plates all the time.
No.
Chris has never even so much as slams a door in this house. Isabel slams more doors than what Chris does.
It takes a lot to rile me.
Yeah,
a lot to rile me.
And he never ever gets angry. Like he might be a bit annoyed, like when somebody does something like ruins his cap. It's just hoovered, but. I'm just joking. But you know, what I mean to say is he never ever gets mad. Like I get mad sometimes when we argue or we've got a disagreement or something. I get mad and I shout because I'm like really frustrated. And Chris is always just stood there going, you don't have to shout, let's just talk about it. And that makes me even more mad. I'm like, and he's like, just chill, let's have a chat. It's really frustrating actually how lack of aggression Chris has. So presumptions like that really do make no sense. You took the kids out of school because you became famous. What? Chris has to ask you for money, as Sarah says it's because it's her that makes the vlogs and makes the money from Baby and Me, so all the money is all hers. And then I read somewhere else that Chris gets an allowance like the girls. Our money has always been, funnily enough, since me and Chris first ever got together 14 years ago, it's always been in a joint account. Like I think we'd been together like 3 months and we got a joint account, and all of our money has always been our money. It's never, I know some couples do this thing where they're like, oh, can you, to the husband, like, can you lend me £10 until I get paid? And that's fine because it's sometimes what works for you. I've had friends that have their own money and their husband has their own money. They just put like a certain amount each month in for bills, and then whatever they've got left in their own accounts is their own. We've never ever done that though, have we? No. It's always just been one account, and like it's just always been like one account, and I was like, have you got a card? I'm going to the shop. Or Chris will be like, have you got a card? I'm ordering on Amazon. It's always been that way. There's no one in our relationship that controls the money.
We both have
ever.
the banking apps on our phones.
Yeah.
You know, we both have access to it whenever we
Everything.
want.
I don't really look. We are opposite though, because I couldn't tell you. Hand on heart, I could not tell you what we've got in our bank at all. I've got no idea because I don't look. It not bother me. Chris will know how much we've got in our bank to the penny because he takes care of things like the bills, and you transfer money across all the time. I don't think I've ever even been on our banking app on my phone because it's just.
So if anyone's the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris controls what I can have. But yeah, no, he doesn't. But if, you know, I don't know what we've got, so if I'm going out, I'll just say, is the money in the account because I'm going out, type of thing. But I couldn't tell you what we've got in the account. Chris could give you it down to the last 1p, I guarantee. 2 quick ones. I've read that you and Chris actually can't stand each other. That doesn't deserve an answer, that one, does it? I just read that you go up to the office because you don't trust Chris to go up there on his own. But it's fine for him to live in the caravan on his own. I'm sure I've vlogged loads in the last couple of weeks, Chris going up to the office.
I got there mostly.
And doing the orders. Well, recently he has
we
been
swapped
going up.
over roles, haven't we?
Yeah, we swapped over a few things and he has been going up there more on his own, so I don't know where that one's come from. There's quite a few about Baby and Me and the designs on my blankets, about them not actually being my designs. That's just a ridiculous thing to say because I filmed, vlogged, and on Instagram showed me actually making the designs. I've never once claimed to own the artwork or claimed that I've done the artwork or claimed that I've drawn. In fact, I've openly said I don't because I can't draw and I'm not good at things like that. But the designs themselves, like the way that they're put together, the designs are chosen by me, so the artwork's chosen by me, and the actual design just comes as a singular image or multiple singular images, and then you have to play around with it and put it into a certain order and make the sizing and things all right, and that is the design of the blanket, and that is mine because it's what I've made, and you will not find another blanket exactly the same as mine. Recently, I did used to, when I first set up Baby and Me, get some images from, can you remember what that site was called? Shutterstock, that's the one. And I was open about that. I openly said I got them from Shutterstock, and in fact I do still go on there and have a look because I don't think there's anything wrong. If there's a really nice design on there,
you can pay for a commercial license to use the images on there, which is what we did.
Yeah, if there's anything nice on there, you just can't sell so you pay for a commercial license and you can sell products with that image. What you can't do is sell the image. So I can't purchase the image like without the trade watermark and then sell that image. I can't do that. But I can sell products with the design on, and that's what I used to do when I first started Baby and Me. So some of the designs that were really popular back then, I still do now. But any new designs, and have done for a long time, I've been doing this for a long time now, maybe a year? Yeah. A year or something, are all my own designs. Also, I'm just gonna bring this up now whilst we're on Baby and Me, because I've seen a few screenshots and I get a few well not a few, I've had like 2 or 3 messages saying, why do you rip off your fans, or why do you think it's okay to make so much profit on your blankets or your products? Okay, number 1, you got no idea how much profit I make. You couldn't possibly know because you don't know how much it costs for licenses, you don't know how much it costs for the artwork that I have to pay for, you don't know how much the materials cost that I have to buy, you don't know how much it costs to get the garment printed, how much extra you have to pay for labels and things put in, how much you have to pay for shipping. You guys don't know any of that. So yeah, you don't know any of that. All that costs money. And secondly, of course I make a profit. It's a business. You don't do something and do
That's
something like that.
That's kind of what it's there for.
It's what it's there for. Of course I make a profit. I don't rip people off. If I don't force anybody to buy. If they don't want to buy, they don't buy. But what makes me laugh is how offended and like outraged you get at the fact that I make a profit on my business items. It's like, do you ever go to your fish and chip shop and complain that you're paying £2.50 for a bag of chips when the fish shop guy probably paid about 7p for the potatoes to make those fish and chips, or to make those chips?
So he's making like 1,000% profit.
Look at the profit he's making! He sells a bag of chips for £2.50. The potato probably cost about 7p.
If that.
Yeah. Why don't you get outraged at someone like that? Don't, because it's wrong. But it's ridiculous. Like, that's like 1,000 ridiculous amount of profit. But that's okay. But because it's me that doesn't make that much profit on an item, it's like absurd. It's just crazy.
I forgot about this one. This is too funny. Okay, so Jace looks after Isabel. Other way around, sorry. Isabel looks after Jace so much because Jace is secretly Isabel's child, and that's why she got taken out of school and started homeschool to hide the pregnancy.
I mean, all the pictures on my Instagram have been pregnant, and the fact that Isabel didn't leave school until Jace was...
COVID. Jace was after Jace was born.
And the fact that Jace has got clearly really blonde.
Were these things not adding up to you?
Obviously our birth vlog that we did.
It was fake.
I superimposed my head on Isabel.
It was a reborn doll we got from Victoria.
That's ridiculous. It must have been.
One that really got my back up reading was that I can't speak. One that really got my back up reading was that Sarah faked the whole toe cancer scare thing when we were in Portugal. That literally boils my blood because that was number one. If you watch that video when Sarah was talking about it, no one can fake emotion like that. That was so real and raw. It was awful. It completely ruined that time frame that we were away because we were all sick, worried about it. It was 100% genuine, and we would never ever rinse illness, miscarriages, pregnancy, anything like that. We'd never rinse anything like that just for views on YouTube. It's so wrong and sick, and we would never ever do that.
But what's even sicker is for somebody to even for no reason, because there was nothing possibly in any of the vlogs that could have insinuated that it was fake. Nothing, because it wasn't. So just to make something like that up, it's fake. Like,
it just goes back to the same thing. People, weirdos state truths about us, and then more weirdos say that thing over and over again until it comes to a point where it's like gospel that actually happened. Like people say things and then eventually that's the truth rather than the actual truth.
I feel like it probably would have been one of those where someone's probably just been spiteful one night and said she probably just faked it for views, and then someone else will have posted somewhere else, oh, I read she faked it for views, and then it will have snowballed from there.
I'll go back and watch the video when she's talking about it and she's emotional. You can't fake that stuff. She'd be an award-winning actress, and she's not. Like, sorry, baby, you're not. I know you went to drama school and that, but you ain't. Right.
Right, there's only a couple more, but I just read one that was good. I can't see where it's gone. Oh yeah, that you only got pregnant with Jace in the hopes that it would be a boy because Chris was desperate for a boy.
Don't need an answer to that one.
No, it does.
To be honest, when Sarah got pregnant with Jace, I thought it would be a girl. I had no inkling or thoughts about it even being a boy. When it was a boy, I was over the moon, absolutely over the moon, but we didn't get pregnant to have a boy specifically or anything like that.
I think a lot of people assume when you've got like more than two of the same gender, you must desperately want the other gender. Yeah. And I've always been open and honest about the fact that I, at the very start of my pregnancy with Jace, secretly kind of hoped that it might be another girl, just because I was scared of having a boy. I didn't know what to do with a boy. I also have a friend that's also a YouTuber that I speak to, and she's got 5 girls, and she just found out that she's having a boy, and she messaged saying, I'm actually quite scared. And that's exactly how I felt when I first found out. I was really shocked, but it took me a while to come around to the idea that, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a boy. And don't get me wrong, he's the most incredible thing that could have happened in our whole lives. Like, he's amazing, and we all obviously would never change him for the world. But it was scary at first when we first found out he was a boy. So no, that's definitely not true at all. Esme, I assume that Esme is scared to get her period. Esme's not been massively open about that. We have spoke about it, but I do kind of feel like that. Yeah, I do kind of feel like that's true actually, because Esme in her head is still very young. Like she's almost 12 in June.
Yeah,
she's almost 12.
And
but
she hates the thought of growing up.
She doesn't like the thought of growing up. Like, she hates it. I know Isabel was always a little bit like, oh, I can't wait till I'm 13. I can't wait till I'm 14. Esme doesn't want to grow up. No. She doesn't want to, what's the right word? Develop. She doesn't want. She hates her body changing. She doesn't like that at all. And she is nervous about things like that a little bit, just because she's so young. And to me, she's still young.
And she has this complex where she thinks that she won't be like a little girl anymore if that happens. And yeah, she does say, she makes references to that sometimes. Yeah. Like Sarah brought her some crop tops recently because she has started to develop, like girls do. And she's ridiculously overly mortified about the fact that she's not. I'm not growing up. I'm not getting old.
I don't need these.
I don't need to stop talking to me about it. That's it done. Shut down straight away. So yeah, in a sense, she probably is.
And it wasn't like I just got them out in front of her and like, woo, Esme! I quietly took them up to her room, put them on a bed, and I was like, Ed, I've got you these, and she's like, why'd you get me them? I don't need them. Like, you might
It was
find,
like World War III, like,
like,
shut
you
down. Don't ever speak about that again, Mum. Done.
I was like, you might find them comfortable. To be fair, she does, and she does wear them, but I think it's just more, whoa, what's Mum buying me them for?
Yeah, I'm still a little girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, bless her. She's awesome, but she is growing up, and she's going to be 12 soon. But she does like being young.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, I think we've got one more. There's a couple of really silly ones, like you've got another child
No, I
that
don't.
no one knows about.
No, I don't.
I assume you're moving house soon.
Here we are.
Yeah, we won't do any more than quick ones. I've got to end though, guys, on an absolute cracker. Stop laughing like that. I've got to end on this one. And it's a corker. And I've got to end on it. Get back! You're like a floating head. Chris is constantly like.
It's just stupid. I want to be right in the face.
Right. So,
Yeah.
this girl, I mean, she might be a woman, but she acts like a girl, so we're going to call her a girl.
It's definitely a woman.
It is a woman, but she acts like a girl, so we're calling her a girl. She has been spreading around, I don't know when, I don't know how old the screenshot was that I was shown, but she's been spreading around that me and Chris, harass her and stalk her. Bearing in mind, I had no idea who this person was until I got shown this. We harass her and we stalk her so severely that she had to involve the police, okay? And the harassment and the stalking was so severe that the police took action and traced the IP address from where all this
That's the fake accounts that we were using.
Yeah, from where all this and the IP address went straight back to our house.
The police came and dealt with us, and we've had a harassment order, and
Yeah.
fined, and threatened with jail.
This is an absolute lie. It's a lie, right? And I just want to stop it. Right, it's not funny. It really annoys me. Right, I just want to say, okay, that number one, if somebody's stalking and harassing you to a point where the police want to get involved and they want to spend hours and man time tracing an IP address, they're only going to do that when it's so severe that you're like in danger or they feel like they can prosecute you for it. They're not just going to do it for a laugh. They're not just going to trace your address, okay, for nothing. Or trace the IP address for nothing. They're only going to do it if they can issue you with something, like an order or something like that. So for harassment, like she accused us of, and bullying, what else is it? Harassment and bullying and everything else that we'd done. The police would have issued us with an injunction so that we couldn't contact you. We wouldn't be allowed to talk about you, Chloe Louise. We wouldn't be allowed to say your name online. And if we did, then we would be arrested because that's how it goes. You know, police aren't going to waste their time tracing someone's IP address just to say, you shouldn't really do that, guys. They're only going to do it if there's going to be a prosecution come from it. So, and you've stated actually that the police have dealt with us, which means they must have prosecuted us and given us rules that we're not allowed to do. So, Chloe Louise, I'm saying right now, you are a liar. And you best show this to police. I'm mentioning your name, Chloe Louise.
Man, send them to my house, fool.
If it's true what you're saying online, which it's not, but if it was, you'd be able to get us arrested because we're mentioning you now.
So make sure you use this video, okay?
So use this video.
Tell them to come to my house.
Stop messaging my family because they all think you're a weirdo and it's not normal behaviour. Stop spreading lies that we harassed you because we ain't got time for people like you, for definite. And
man, we don't have time to sit
never
and
been
respond to our own social media. Never mind anybody else's or fake
never
accounts.
been
Or
involved with
rubbish.
the police in our life.
We've never had fake accounts. We've never done anything like that to anybody because you know what? Why? Because we're just normal, nice people who don't do things like that to people. We would never dream of making someone feel bad for any reason, let alone via an anonymous, ridiculous account online. We've never done that. It would never. It's not us. We'd never do it.
I just can't believe though that somebody would need attention online like that. Guess what? The police make up this big elaborate story about how they called the police because we were harassing so bad, and they traced the IP address to their home. That is such an elaborate lie. Why would anyone do that?
Not just that, but like you all got to remember is that we've had severe harassment, and we've dealt with the police about this harassment, so we know how it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
And it ain't going the way you're saying.
And it ain't going the way you're saying.
No.
And that's all we're going to say. There is so much rubbish that fools make up about you just because you're online or whatever and they feel like they can, that most of the time you have to just swallow it. You have to let it be public knowledge.
And we do.
And you have to let people think that you're a weirdo or a wrong, and in all sorts of different ways, because you're not allowed to stick up for yourself. You can't do anything about it. You've just got to let them get on with making the rubbish up about you and let it be their truths. But sometimes, man, it's just like, come on, shut up.
Hoover's over there, the wash basket's there. Guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Obviously, everything we've said and done, anything me and Chris have said and done towards each other has been in fun. I know people can twist it and make out like, oh my gosh, didn't we see at the end where she ordered him to make her a cup of tea?
Oh no, it's run out of batteries.
You can't. They can take it seriously, but we are just doing it in fun. We don't really have a relationship like that. We don't really hate each other. He doesn't really sleep in the caravan. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And we'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Good night, guys.